Watch and win with Cinema 44 Cash Call, weekday afternoons at 1. This replay of the game between the Bucks and the Steelers is being brought to you in part by your neighborhood True Value Hardware Store and by Cash and Carry Food Centers, unquestionably the low-price leader.
From Tampa Stadium, the Bucks' first preseason game. It could be the start of a new era. The Pittsburgh Steelers provide the opposition. The Steelers, of course, winners of the AFC Central a year ago. They were in the playoffs, but the Buccaneers were not, coming off two rather un-Buck-like years. 6-10 a year ago, 2-14 before that. Hi again, everybody. I'm Jim Kelly, Super Bowl coach Hank Stram alongside. The start of a new era, Lehman Bennett, the new coach. Only the second coach the Buccaneers have had in their 10 years of existence. And it's his debut here tonight. So, Coach, from one coach to another, what butterflies might be going through Lehman Bennett's stomach?
It's got to be a very exciting time for Lehman. I think any time that you're in coaching and then get out of it for a couple of years and come back again, it's got to be very exciting. I don't know how exciting it is to have to open your season against Pittsburgh, though. I did it at New Orleans, and it was bad.
For Lehman Bennett, the evaluation of new talent tonight, as Steve DeBerg said, let's just come out of this game healthy.
Well, that's the thing. I think any time that you play preseason games, you go in with a threefold purpose. Number one, to win the game. Number two, to look at as many people as you possibly can. And number three, to come out of the game healthy.
Well, we'll start to look at some of those new people for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and in particular, their new coach, Lehman Bennett, ex of the Atlanta Falcons. He, of course, gave the Falcons their only winning coach in the history of that franchise. Lehman Bennett would like to turn things around here in Tampa. It starts right after these messages. Jim Kelly and Super Bowl coach Hank Stram back with you on Channel 44 WTOG in Tampa, all set to start the first preseason game. The Bucks have won the toss and they have elected to receive. Phil Freeman, number 18, is deep. To the top of your screen is Leon Bright, and Mike Pryor, 24, to the near side. Gary Anderson will tee it up at the 35 of the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers coming off a 9-7 season, winners of the AFC Central, and the Bucks' 1985 preseason is underway. Freeman at the 13, across the 20, blockers to the 30, and look out. Freeman bangs his way up to the 35-yard line before Harvey Clayton, in his third year out of Florida State, made the tackle. So, unlike most of 1984, good field position for the Bucks and their offense. So let's start after that 23-yard return. Steve DeBerg opens up at quarterback. James Wilder, of course, number 32, will be at running back. George People, the other running back, but they will. Lehman Bennett and his coaching staff unveil the U-back formation. Kevin House and Gerald Carter are the wide receivers. Jerry Bell, number 82, he will be the H-back. Giles, the tight end, and the offensive line we'll talk about after this snap.
You know, the Pittsburgh Steelers have won 14 consecutive opening preseason games. Pretty strong, isn't it?
DeBerg goes airborne. First play, wide open is Kevin House. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Sam Washington was turned around at the 35 of the Pittsburgh Steelers. A 65-yard scoring strike from Steve DeBerg. And the Bucks, to a man, said there's a new approach, a new attitude in camp, and they go airborne on their very first play.
And Kevin House, it looked like he made a little move to the outside. Sam Washington took a little whiff of the fake, and he ran right by him, was wide open. He really looked like he just ran right out of the bleachers.
Kevin House, sixth year out of Southern Illinois, a number 2 draft pick of the Bucks back in 1980. And you're looking at Obed Ariri, of course, out of Clemson and Nigeria. You'll be seeing him alternate with several kickers tonight. That's one of the spots Lehman Bennett will look at. Out of the hold of the rookie, Alan Risher, the snap, the spot, the kick is good. And we have played just about 18 seconds in the Bucks' first preseason game of 1985. And Tampa Bay's on top, 7-0. Scoring strike of 65 yards from Steve DeBerg to Kevin House. The Bucks kickoff coming up. Back at Tampa Stadium, Todd Spencer is deep, but let's take a look at Steve DeBerg.
First of all, Jim had good pass protection. He got hit right about the time he got rid of the ball, but it was plenty of time. And there you see Kevin House wide open. Washington, the right cornerback, number 41, has a reputation of being a very good defensive back with the zone defense, playing an area. Very average against man for man. That time they were in man for man. It looked like they were. And he goes all the way for the touchdown on the very first play of the game. What a way to start for Lee Bennett and his new Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, the players were very enthused about the new offensive scheme of things that Lehman Bennett and Jimmy Ray have put in. And they open up the offense on the very first snap. DeBerg, of course, won the starting quarterback job a year ago in his third game of his very first season here in Tampa Bay, and set the Bucs' best quarterback mark with almost an 80% passing efficiency. Not a smile on his face yet, but it's early. Todd Spencer is deep for the Steelers. Ariri bangs it to the 8. A fumble at the 10, scapped up and out to the left side and down at the 13-yard line. And you notice the swarming Tampa Bay defense on specialty teams. That's going to be something that you'll see, Hank Stram, throughout this game. It's something that Lehman Bennett and Doug Shively have emphasized, swarming to the football, trying to force mistakes.
Yeah, they play that way on specialty teams, and of course, especially on defense. They really chase like gangbusters, and a result, a lot of times, they're very vulnerable to reverses and misdirection plays, but you run very few of those in a game, so what they do is very sound.
John Stallworth wide to the left for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Louis Lips, outstanding rookie from southern Mississippi, wide to the right side, and the pitch back goes to number 38, and that swarming defense, loose football at the 10. Bucs say they've got it. Let's wait for Mark Bright, the referee. It was Elton Beals out of Tulane who coughed up the football. Danny Spradlin forced the fumble, and that's what Doug Shively and Lehman Bennett want.
Here's the pitch, and they showed the pitch in advance because the near back was up there very close. Spradlin made the hit. They recover the fumble. They've got great field position on about the 9-yard line. 1st and 9 on the 9.
Braggs, number 71 in his 5th year out of Alabama, given in credit with the fumble recovery. Spradlin with a big hit on Beals. So the Buccaneers have had one play on offense. They lead 7-0, and their defense sets them up in excellent scoring position. The drive will start just across the 10. It's 1st and goal for Tampa Bay. DeBerg in there at quarterback in his 9th year out of San Jose State, and there is the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach conferring with Mark Malone. That, of course, is Chuck Noll. 13 consecutive non-losing seasons for Chuck Noll. Lone running back is Wilder. He gets the call. Stutter step to the left and down at the 11. No, it's a flare pass and a touchdown. A great play fake. And it's Jerry Bell, the U-back. Touchdown. DeBerg is 2 for 2, and the Bucs lead 13-0.
Not only 2 for 2, he's 2 touchdowns for 2 shots, and they lead 13-0. What a great start for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And here it is. It's a play action. Look at the fake. Look at the fake on number 43, who took the bait of the fake to the opposite side. DeBerg had free sailing on the outside, hits Jerry Bell right out in front, makes a nice stretching catch. He fights his way into the end zone and fights his way right through the defensive back, Dwayne Woodruff, number 49.
On the try for point after out of Nigeria and Clemson, Donald Igwe-Biwe. Snap, spot, kick, and he shanked it wide to the right. So Obed Ariri is 1 for 1 on the point after. Both were held by Risher, the young quarterback out of LSU. The Bucs have had 2 scoring strikes, one of 65 yards, one of 10 yards by Steve DeBerg. Kevin House and Jerry Bell on the receiving end, 13-0. The Bucs beating the Steelers badly, and we've only played less than a minute.